So I'm just joined here by Celeste. So I'll be speaking to asking a few questions about how business is going at this time of year. Now, Celeste, one of the questions I have for you, how have you found it to get stock in at the moment? I mean, we've seen Brexit and the government's saying that a lot of times stock's been difficult to get into the EU due to the EU regulations. I mean, I wanted to ask you, what's your situation? Has it affected you quite a lot?
So we already did the markets in Manchester, so we already had a lot of our stock, so we was very lucky in that way. With it being vintage football shirts, it's a lot of Premier League, so it's English based, so we're okay. It's not affected us up to now. These might be my final last words.
How do you find those things such as lockdowns potentially coming into play? I mean, you know, this new Omicron variant that's been all over the news at the moment, if it comes into play, it could potentially affect you. Are you worried about that at all?
I was at first. I do think we'll go on Christmas lockdown because we finished the 22nd, so I have this little bit in the back of my head that thinks we might go on lockdown before, which will affect us because we pay for these up front, so then we'd be out of pocket.
And does it worry you at all? Obviously, you being a store owner, you're coming into contact with everybody on different occasions. The government wants to impose masks at the moment. I mean, are you worried at all for your own health? I mean, does it worry you at all being around people?
So they've come here with this up here. They told me that I had to wear a mask in here. My argument is I'm outside. That's no different to a bus shelter. So they do try and tell me to wear one, but I stand out here. It doesn't bother me. I'm not that worried, to be honest. I've had COVID.
And are you happy looking into Christmas season? You think business is going well at the moment?
Yeah, I'm all happy with everything. Everything's going fine.
What is business in that time of year? I mean, if you've been facing any difficulties, what are they?
So it has been very busy recently, lots of people around, markets are all heaving really, especially during weekends and stuff. Thus far we haven't really faced that many problems in terms of COVID related transmissions and things. Have a handy little paddleboard, so keeping contact to a minimum, got a hand soap, washing it like that. Not been too concerned with it recently, obviously the new variant that came out recently, or has been reported on from South Africa, that's obviously been a bit concerning, but overall I've not been too concerned by everything that's been going on since it just feels like it's been going on for such a long time now with over 2 years that you kind of just got to get used to it eventually really.
And how's it been sourcing things? I know at the moment because of Brexit there's been a few difficulties in getting things in. I mean, for this business, how's it been? Has it been difficult or has it been okay?
Stock-wise, it's not been too bad. Generally, it has been a bit difficult getting the quantity of stock needed in. Mostly, though, that's because it's been a really busy year this year, and we just can't really get enough stock in. And the manufacturers we sell for, so Salford Rum, haven't been able to produce as much as there is for the demand. But that's not so much due to a supply issue. It's just very, very high demand.
And obviously when you're working at these stores, how do you feel? Obviously I know that there's been a lot of close contact with yourself because you're working at a store right at the front lines really, but what would you say? Do you feel like it's a worry for your health? I mean, people sometimes not wearing masks, some people want to wear masks, it's completely up to them, but how do you find it yourself?
Yeah, well, like I said a minute ago and stuff, it's just I've not really found it too concerning for myself really. I've been vaccinated twice, I'll get a booster eventually, and it just feels like after it being so long with 2 years just fretting about it, you just got to get used to it really with that's just how the way things are. I got hand soap, I try to keep contact to a minimum, I mean that's the best you can do really, and yeah, so I just kind of bear with it.
At this time of year, how's business been? What difficulties, if any, have you faced, and how are you finding it?
I believe because the people are willing to go out and willing to try to have a normal Christmas and a normal end of the year, things are actually going well. Things are actually going fine. We have done all that the NHS asked us to do about COVID assessment, to make sure that I am distanced from people, to make sure that the pieces are cleaned from now and then. So we are doing that. I'm doing the lateral test every 4 days to make sure that everything is okay, right? So we believe that because the Christmas market is an open space, is an open area, so we are safer than other shops, other stores, or the mall, or so we are much safer at the Christmas market than anywhere else. So we haven't felt so much of, let's say, that the effect, you know. And we know that even with the lockdown, even with something like that, we are still outside. So we don't know yet if that's going to affect us in any way. But we hope not, of course.
Does Brexit cause any stock issues at all? Does it cause you a bit of trouble getting things in, getting things stocked for people as well? I mean, that's been a big issue. How's it been for yourself?
Well, yes. Basically because our company has different addresses around Europe. So we did have some troubles. Not much with stock, not much with the pieces themselves, because we are able to produce them here in Manchester as well, or in Manchester at all, because we are a company from here, from Manchester. But like the bringing of the raw material, the bringing of the wood and those kind of things, and the transportation as well, you know, it did suffer, you know. But what we usually do is that we take the whole year to produce these pieces, right? So still had some setbacks, but we managed to get everything in here.
How's business been at this time of year? Have you found it difficult or has it been okay?
No, it's been good. I mean, before the market started, I was quite worried about, you know, whether people had come out, but no, it's been good. It's been good, so I've been pleased, yeah. I think people are just, like, glad to be out. It's like, well, a few enjoying themselves, you know.
And have you had a difficult time in getting your stock in, or has it been okay? Because I know a lot of other people have had a bit of difficulties, those who've ordered from Europe and China.
I make everything, so there's been no problem at all, yeah. So I've started a long time ago making all this, so no, there's no problem, yeah.
Perfect. And how have you found the lockdowns that potentially could be coming in? Obviously, we've seen it in the news, Omicron variant. I mean, does it worry you at all if there's a further lockdown? And do you worry for your business at all, or are you feeling okay?
Yeah, of course, if there's a lockdown, I can't trade, so yeah. I mean, obviously last year we couldn't trade because of the lockdown, so yeah, we don't want it to happen again. Yeah, that's it.
You're dealing with a lot of clients on a day-to-day basis. Does the fact that obviously some people are not wearing masks, some people are wearing masks, government want you to wear masks, does it worry you at all, obviously, for your own health, that sometimes when you're interacting with those people, especially when it's close contact, those who are not wearing masks, does that worry you for your own health?
I mean, we're outside anyway, and I'm at a distance generally, so, you know, there's kind of distance between us, so I'm not like standing next to them, so no, it doesn't worry me, no, it's fine.